Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. My name is Jonas, and I'm going to present not about our products today. I think many of you might know our products. We are the market leader, I would say, on roof windows and also beginning to grow on skylights, and we are having very highly efficient products. But today I'm going to share with you how we have started our journey and worked with energy efficiency within our own operations. Just shortly about the Velux Group. We are a pretty old company from the 40s, 10,000 employees. We are certified in quality, environment, and occupational health and safety. So we have the system platform available. We produce roof windows and modular skylights, basically to provide daylight and fresh air. I can also add that we are family owned. Actually, I think this is an advantage because fortunately our founder, Willum Kjær Rasmussen, he was having the thought that what you gain from society, you should give back to society. So we are having foundations called Willum Kjær Rasmussen foundations that are giving back to society a substantial part of the earnings. And I can say in what is relevant for you in this team might be that recently we started a CAN Foundation with 1 billion kroner. That's 134 million euro that will be donated to climate and sustainability. So this is to support the efforts internationally. And within the Velux Group itself, we are investing up to 400 million Danish kroner in energy efficiency initiatives. So we would like to show that we are doing as well as our products within our own operations. About my short presentation, some short about the climate strategy, how we have merged energy management and energy efficiency. We see them as two things going together, just like Rana and Jigar has shared with us previously, and just a few conclusions. Well, our climate strategy was defined in 2009, and of course we need to supply products that helps our customers to save energy. We have a belief that we should be completely integrated into the sustainable living thoughts. Of course, we also have to save energy as a company, and we have set a target of reducing 50% in total figures our carbon footprint in 2020. And we have 3 pillars. One of them is implementing certified ISO 50001 energy management. This will help us to target where we should invest our money in the most cost-effective way, and we are in that process. And we can also foresee, based on the market situations, the growth situations, that we will probably also need to provide some green electricity to reach our target, because the 50% cannot be obtained by energy efficiency in itself. But if you look on our carbon footprint development, you can see our baseline is something like 110,000 tons, and we have managed to reduce 29% last year. So we still need to reduce further 21%. We have, to reach this target moving forward, we have decided that all our production sites will be ISO certified on energy management by the end of this year. So we are actually pretty busy right now preparing ourselves for the certification audits, and we can then demonstrate towards our customers and society that we are having a trustworthy, we work trustworthy with our own energy and CO2 footprint. Just to give you a practical example, this was a pilot factory in Germany, and the mapping is so crucial, just like Jigar mentioned. If you don't have the data, you cannot really manage. So the first step is to see, okay, how is your distribution of energy sources, and how is your distribution on the cost side? In this case, you can see that electricity, the orange part of the cake, is by far the dominant cost. So this is also where you focus, of course, and you can make your priorities. So in this particular factory, they mapped how many percentage of electricity for different kinds of productions, and what can you influence and what can you not influence. One surprise was the standby consumption. I think it's well known for most of you here that you can get surprised when you actually get the data, how much electricity in this case is actually lost during non-working hours because of behavior and because of poor control. I must say that this was a big surprise for our German factory. They were actually quite proud of their high technological equipment, but when they got the data, they were surprised. Okay, so just let me give you one example. Energy efficiency does not necessarily need to be new components, new expensive components. It can actually also be energy awareness and behavior. And we have worked with how to visualize this for the employees. You can see a picture here that the loss of compressed air in this factory was actually costing 45,000 euro per year. And to harvest this, it was quite easy. You had to work with awareness and behavior, of course have a standard for compressed air leakage, how to fix those, and a turn off control standard. So you can see how much savings were actually achieved here. It was like a factor 3 or 4. This was actually the biggest improvement for the lowest investment. It was something like 0 investment. So you don't necessarily need to buy expensive new equipment. You just need to start working with energy awareness and behavior. That's actually what pays off the best at the beginning. Then, of course, there are many other lower hanging fruits that you can also pick related to technical improvements. Here's a case on the chip extraction. We are processing wood for our windows, and the chips we extract by air. And what we often see is that in a specific factory, you have different changes in production. You are changing your building, your structures to adapt to new productions. And this, to manage this, you need to be aware of the opportunities to optimize the energy. So during this process, it was actually by energy review, which is also part of energy management. We could see that, okay, we can actually replace 3 wood chip extraction lines with 1, and we can add heat regeneration, and you can see here the effect is also a factor 3 to 4 times less energy consuming. Okay, so I will just wrap up and say that based on our conclusions and also what I've heard today, if you are going to start with energy efficiency in corporations like ours, we are not highly energy intensive. By introducing energy management itself, it costs something to train and build up the system and do your energy review, but actually it pays off within 1 year, less than 1 year, because you can pick the lowest hanging fruits, and that will pay off within 1 year. So it's just do it, I would say. And in the case of Velux, we can see that it can decrease our carbon footprint for our global operations 10% just by doing that. Of course, then you also get the insights into the more technical parts, and the payback time average is something like 4 years in our case, and we can reduce further 20% in total. And then we have an opportunity also in Velux to use more of our own waste wood, because all our wood is purchased as certified wood, meaning that it is CO2 neutral if we use it for heating purposes instead of using oil or gas. So we have additional 5% we can get there. And these are the most cost-effective first steps that we are taking now. Then, of course, we need to look into solar cells, wind turbine generated power, like you heard other corporations mention today. But then we are talking about something like 9 to 15 years payback time, but still it's an investment with a payback time. So that's what we are going to do. Thank you.